Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. March 18th, 2022 was an incredible day for the SnyderVerse fandom. We've got a lot to talk about today, so let's not waste any time and discuss everything that happened yesterday. So as of making this video, we have got over 500,000 tweets for hashtag Restore the SnyderVerse, and it is still going up. This is exactly what we needed to do, to show Discovery that there is still so much demand for the SnyderVerse. In just a couple of hours, we had generated over 300,000 tweets and was trending at #1 internationally. That is what Discovery need to see, the pure level of engagement SnyderVerse fans have. That's a really powerful tool for a company, and what we did yesterday is the perfect example. But that's not all. Our very own Green Lantern, Wayne T. Carr, posted this HD image of him as Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League, with the caption, "Give the fans what they want, JL2 and 3, hashtag Restore the SnyderVerse, in brightest day." I have to say, I love the suit and I think Wayne looks the part. Now, remember, this was a scene shot on November 2020 on Zack Snyder's driveway, and Snyder managed to make it look this good. So not only did that cause Green Lantern to trend as well, but it also created a very interesting question. Has Snyder been given permission by Warner Bros. To release this image? If we remember, Snyder had been told by Warner Bros. That he could not have this Green Lantern in the Snyder Cut because Warner Bros. Were working on their own Green Lantern show and they didn't want to confuse the audience by having another new Green Lantern show up. Yes, that is a terrible excuse, especially because they told him that 2 years ago and the series hasn't even begun shooting yet. But the point is that he wasn't allowed to release that scene, and only showed us that image through an Army of the Dead fan screening where he answered some questions. So we never got an HD version of this image. If he was allowed to show an image of that scene, like what was released yesterday, then why has it only been released now? An entire year after the film was released. Now, people have said that because it has the Green Lantern logo very blatantly showing, and that it is technically owned by the studio, he must have got permission by Warner Bros. To release this image. If that is the case, then that means Snyder and Warner Bros. Are finally back in communication, and seem to be on good terms because last year's Warner Bros. Would definitely not have done that. If they are on good terms, then that is great news for us, because that creates another question. Why are they back in communication again? This has got fans very excited, because the communication with Warner Bros. Could be due to him having unofficial negotiations with the studio about returning to the DC universe. Zack Snyder did post a couple of things on Twitter and Vero, the first being the first Snyder Cut trailer with the caption, "Believe, and you did." Now, we know with Snyder he likes to post cryptic posts, and I think this is one of them. Believe has been put on its own, and then he adds, "and you did," which seems like he's telling us to keep on believing as we did before, which got us the Snyder Cut. So he's telling us to not lose hope and to not give up, which we definitely won't, especially after yesterday's events. Snyder is currently under contract with Netflix and does not want to upset them, so he's not going to blatantly say, whilst under that contract, that he wants to come back, as his main focus legally has to be with Netflix. So don't worry that he hasn't openly said restore the SnyderVerse. For contract reasons, he can't, but he can post cryptic messages and like posts about restore the SnyderVerse. He also posted a video from someone representing the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, who thanked the Restore the SnyderVerse community for our continued support towards the charity.
Hi, I'm Ashley Alberto, and on behalf of all of us at the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, I want to thank you and everyone in the Restore the SnyderVerse community for your continued support. With your partnership, we're able to save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. You are true ambassadors for the cause, and we are grateful for your dedication, passion, as well as the incredibly supportive community you have built together. Thank you.
And he used the caption, "This means something." And it does mean something. It means that what we do matters, that what we do helps others. Now, when I read his caption, my mind went straight to when Lois said to Clark in Batman v Superman, "This means something," when pointing to the S on his chest, which is another symbol for hope. He also posted the same caption on Twitter but with a different image. this time with the AFSP logo with 2 dates in it and a quote around the outside. The 2 dates are November 17th, which was the day Justice League was released in 2017, but more importantly was the date in 2019 that got the studio to listen to the fandom for Release the Snyder Cut. And March 18th is obviously the day the Snyder Cut got released. The quote around the outside is "The entire world became a Justice League." If you recognise the quote, that is because it is from his Justice League 3 storyboards, where Superman inspired the entire world to unite and fight against Darkseid and his army, turning the entire world into a Justice League. There were 2 charity watch parties yesterday, hosted by Ohio Dave and the Film Junkie, and they raised over $4,000 for AFSP. I remember saying a while back that the fandom needs to go back to how we used to be, being positive, raising money for charity, and fighting the good fight. Yesterday, we went in the right direction. The Snyder Cut community raised over $500,000 for AFSP, and we were using our voices to help raise money for a very important cause. Yesterday, the fandom felt like that again, and it was a truly special moment. Everyone who took part or shared the stream or donated should be very proud because we have helped save lives. At the end of this month, I will be sending the next batch of donations to AFSP from all the money raised through the Restore the SnyderVerse merchandise. All profits of that merchandise go straight to AFSP, so if you want to restore the SnyderVerse and raise money for AFSP, this is a great way in doing that. The link to my store is in the description. Someone also managed to get a plane to fly around LA with a banner that had the SnyderVerse and the Aya cut on it. This was a fantastic touch to an already amazing day, and I hope Zaslav was looking out of his window and saw it. Although, I'm sure he's already done his research and seen how much demand there is for the SnyderVerse and for the release of the Aya cut. March 18th, 2022 was our most successful trending day since we got 1.5 million tweets last year. Yesterday showed that Snyder hasn't moved on, the actors haven't moved on, and the fans haven't moved on. There is so much evidence as to why the SnyderVerse should be restored, and this Discovery merger makes it a real possibility. I do wonder when we will see the full Green Lantern scene, because when that is released, then we know something is really going on behind the scenes. But that is all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. I hope to see you here again soon, so until then, have a great day. Bye!